Hey guys, it's Tyfly here, and today I'm reacting to The Last of Us, but not The Last of Us Part 1 or Part 2. It is the last How The Last of Us 1 and 2 Changed My Life by AP Nerds. I know what you're thinking, but it's gonna take a while for this video. So before we get to the video, I wanted to say it's Mother's Day. I'm really happy about, and I'm really glad it is today. So without further ado, it's Mother's Day, and I just wanted to today is sponsors Mother's Day. So if you get any gifts for her, that's great. If not, then it's just fine. But without being said, let's get this video started because it will be it will be a long video or short, but I don't know. With that being said, let's go in three, two, one, click the clock, and we're back right now. Ready for this? Wonder if this is about.
The Last of Us Part 1 and Part 2 are the best story based games of all time, in my opinion. Now, I know some people in the comment section will probably attack me for liking The Last of Us Part 2 or just fill the comment section with this game is better or that game is way better than The Last of Us Part 2. But honestly, to those people saying this, I hear you, I just don't care. I don't care because these two games are one of my favorite games of all time. And if you don't want to hear some random dude on the internet get personal and emotional discussing about these games, especially The Last of Us Part 2, well, there's the door. There's no need for disrespect. Now, for those who have decided to stay and are actually interested in hearing what I feel about these two games, thank you. I really appreciate it. And hopefully, I'll try my best to tell you guys why The Last of Us, and especially The Last of Us Part 2, changed my life in ways I never expected.
How the Last of Us. Wow, changed my life. That is so unpredictable. Okay.
The Last of Us, in my opinion, contains the best story ever told in video games. By Naughty Dog consciously choosing not to focus on the plot of the story like most generic films and games have done for decades, and instead decided to shift the main focus of the game on its characters, primarily Ellie and Joel. This made The Last of Us Part 1 become one of the most grounded, immersive, and emotional games of all time. And we see this come into motion when The Last of Us starts taking control as Sarah in the beginning of the game when the fungal infection started to spread like wildfire was genius by the developers back at Naughty Dog. Because by the time you take control of Joel for the first time, you as the player already connected with Sarah by controlling her and seeing everything in her points of view. You are as scared as Sarah is, seeing the world burn with your own very eyes, not knowing what's going to happen next. That's why when you have Joel now, you want to protect your little girl. You want her to be safe. And that's why when you meet the soldier that was told by the higher ups to kill anyone in the outer perimeters and proceeds to shoot Joel and Sarah, you are truly scared for them. And honestly, thank God that Tommy was there because he saved Joel's life. But shamefully, he came way too late because one of those bullets shot Sarah in the stomach. And right then and there, we experienced one of the most heartbreaking scenes in gaming history. Listen, man, I know this one. You're gonna be okay, baby. Stay with me. I'm gonna pick you up. I know, baby. I know. Come on, baby, please. I know, baby. I know. Sarah, baby. Don't do this, baby. Don't do this to me. No, 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 no. Please. That was only in the first 18 minutes of a 10 to 12-hour video game, and we already experienced one of the most brutal and intense scenes in gaming history. A kid died in our arms because of the world of The Last of Us, and that was only the beginning of what lies ahead, which was more loss, pain, and suffering. 20 years after the events of the Outbreak Day, and we once see Joel again, but now as a cruel, ruthless old man that did anything he possibly could in order to survive. And then the game introduces us to Ellie, an outspoken yet innocent and naive little kid with the biggest heart you'll ever see. She kind of gives vibes of Joel's deceased daughter, Sarah, and because of that, you see this depressed old man just brush Ellie aside at any chance he gets because he doesn't want to run the chance by connecting with her in any possible way. It wasn't until the scene in which Joel finally trusts Ellie with a rifle that you finally see both of them actually trusting and actually connecting with each other. Before, you had little instances in which they talked, and of course they were forced to protect each other and they had to talk and all those things. But you have Joel now making efforts in basically trying to trust Ellie, which in result, it made him open up to Ellie little by little. I love that almost every scene in this game makes sure to focus primarily on the main characters, and honestly, in every moment that Ellie and Joel are present, it feels personal and incredibly immersive. I found these parts of the game very compelling because when I first tried the game out back in 2013, I wasn't particularly in the best mental state. I was alone in almost every sense. Yeah, I had my parents, but we were passing through a rough patch as a family.
That's
Adding that
true.
to the fact that in that point in my life, I was kind of just a loner. I had no friends, and I was always bullied at school growing up. I was socially awkward and just never knew how to interact with people, and some people just thought I was just a weird guy and ghosted me instead of trying to understand me. I learned to hate people rather than just giving others a chance, and I pushed so many people away because of the traumas I have experienced growing up in a toxic environment at home and in school. So by seeing Joel and Ellie, two strangers who don't know each other and little by little started to love and care for each other in a world like The Last of Us, that truly amazed me and made me a bit jealous in a way. I wanted something like that, and I wanted it more and more every time I played this game. Seeing Joel starting to open up to Ellie to the point of caring for her in the later sections of the game truly made me feel like if this man, somebody who lost everything, somebody who has way more trauma than what I will probably ever have in my life, is learning to love again, I think I might have a shot at loving again as well. That's why I always get emotional every time I see the ranch scene because I see this broken man finally realizing that he cares for Ellie and that she cares for him as well. That's why I feel emotional when I see Joel hugging Ellie after she manages to kill David, showing how Joel completely opens up to Ellie and starts to love her like his own daughter. That's why I cry most of the time when I see Ellie and Joel pet that giraffe because they have come a long way from not knowing each other to now loving each other like father and daughter. And that's why I feel incredibly emotional when I see Joel deciding to kill most of the fireflies and the surgeon in order to rescue Ellie, no matter if that came at a cost for humanity. This game truly is one of the most grounded games I have honestly ever experienced in my life, showing humanity at its worst, but at the same time, showing what we humans do for true love. Oh shit. He's killing her towards the end. I'll get you out of here, girl. I got you. I got you. Come on. Rook. I said get back! Stop!
God.
This game changed the way I viewed my life because it showed me that no matter how hard life gets, no matter how many people hurt you or leave you, no matter if you're alone, one day love will find its way to you if you choose to break down those barriers and learn to open up again, no matter the pain and suffering you might have gone through in your past. Like I said before, I felt like I was a loner. I had no true friends, and most friends that I thought I had either betrayed me or I just disassociated with them because they chose paths that ruined their lives. I was always bullied in school and suffered a lot growing up with barely anyone to care for. Then, after playing this game, I felt emotionally vulnerable to just put myself out there, and because of that, I became best friends with two incredible human beings that I consider to this day to be brothers to me. And then I met the love of my life, who is now my wife, all because I gave myself another chance to love again. I truly relate to these characters in ways I never thought I would. That's why I appreciate the work Naughty Dog has done in making a special game like The Last of Us. That is why I make sure to experience this game again and again and again every single time I have a chance to. I just can never forget how a video game completely changed my life forever and helped me to learn what most of this world shamefully lacks: the ability to love and trust again.
Sorry about that. Hi. Um, today, I'm gonna continue that tomorrow, and but I will get to that tomorrow. But but for today, I'm gonna go swimming because it's summer outside. I mean, it's really hot outside. Maybe it's like 75 degrees or 85 degrees. Okay, just want to give you guys a heads up. So I will probably do that tomorrow. It depends on when I'm work. Like when I'm working today or not. Okay, so I want to give you guys heads up. So I'll check you guys later and have a good day and peace out and take care.